That was for Mum. Today is Sunday. Mum would very much like an ice cream right now, so that's what we're gonna go and do. My mum wants an ice cream on a Sunday afternoon, so my mum's getting an ice cream.
Could I have the Galaxy one? Chocolate or cookie? Chocolate one, please.
You could have gone anywhere in all of space and time on a Sunday, and your choice was McDonald's down the road. Because I'm quite tired, I got myself a nice black coffee.
Oh, put a lid on it.
Oh. I have some good news. Let me just get my breath back a minute. If Fortnite did anything for me, it taught me some dance moves that I could use on the spot, but also that make you exercise. Dear Mr. Calder.
You?
That's me. We have made an appointment for you to be seen by ear, nose and throat speciality.
Speciality?
I thought that said specialist at first, yeah, but they mean the same thing. By our clinical nurse specialist at Royal Gwent Hospital on Monday the 21st of May 2018.
I know you've waited a long time
Finally, for that. After months and months.
I know.
I still want to make that montage clip where in the first video this year you say something like, and a great 2018.
But it's going to get better now, isn't it?
This is like the best news I've had in so long. There wasn't a vlog last week because my throat was so incredibly so. It was just burning, and it's just been up and down. I feel like I'm starting to get a bit... No, I can't say I'm getting better at the moment, but hopefully when we go and see this guy. I keep saying that because I think it's like by now I'm just positively reinforcing myself. And then we actually booked the... I don't know what I said now. Yeah, because obviously we booked that holiday not long ago.
I don't think anybody knows.
I posted it.
Oh.
I posted an image online, but I haven't said it on the vlog yet, that we're going to Tenerife the day after for a week. Mm-hmm. When we went there last December, when I was doing Vlogmas, we were still in South Tenerife, but we were on the other side of the motorway, and we were on the side where you kind of have to come down the hill. Whereas this time we've gone on the other side, and we're now a bit closer
to the sea.
Bit closer to the sea, but we really loved the place. Although we're going at two completely different times of the year, but this news now has really brightened my month, or my year, really.
We get you sorted, even if you've got to rip those tonsils out.
We're nearly there.
Does it matter? Will you stop it? You and Paul, that's all you do.
It's a Fortnite dance. Hello, how you guys doing? So I feel really nervous a minute. Do you mind, Bird? Partly because I have a hospital appointment tomorrow, and then partly because I haven't done this in quite a long time now. Well, I think my last video was about 2 weeks ago. Bird, do you mind? I'm gonna have to close the window a minute. I thought now was the right time to turn the camera on and give you an update of what's been going on over the past few weeks. You might have seen that I posted on my social medias a few days ago now that I was holding off the uploads until after the hospital appointment, which is 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, where I'm going to see about what they can do with my throat. So I really don't know what to say on this subject anymore now, because I've had this since New Year's Eve of 2017, where my throat's just been constantly burning. So as you would imagine, talking, it kind of just scratches it, and I've been on antibiotics 3 times. I'm currently on them now. It just... Sorry, I really don't know what to say in a minute. It's funny, which means it's probably not going to be funny, because the amount of times that's happened when I've said something that's going to be funny. The entire time that I've been making videos on YouTube, I never wanted this down vibe, but then that's quite silly because that's my life. In my own words, I guess. Have you ever loved... So that's an Eminem song that I love.
Not the expression, no, literally giving on for.
So what I'm thinking right now is, when you're in the moment, it's really difficult to articulate what you want to say, but it's just crazy right now that after 5 months of struggling to talk, I've just literally been saying to everyone, I'm sorry if, you know, I don't sound too enthusiastic, or this is to like all my friends and my family and when I go out, which seems quite sparingly at the moment because, you know, talking equals pain. Let's try getting off the subject and talk about something else. After being told by the doctors about 2 or 3 months ago that there was nothing else that they could do and they were going to have to put me through to a specialist, I knew that it was going to be a long drawn out wait, and it's just crazy to think that this entire era possibly or hopefully comes to an end tomorrow at 8, and then the next day we go to Tenerife for a week, which will be the first holiday of the year, which is actually 12 hours away. It's now Sunday at 8 o'clock, and I've been thinking all week that I'll probably find more relief in picking up the camera and letting you know what the situation is, instead of leaving it a few more weeks and waiting to fully recover so that I can have, you know, hopefully all my energy back and feel like myself again, which I haven't done in quite a while now. So this is pretty much the height of my volume at the moment. I was also watching a Alfie and Zoe vlog last night on YouTube, and Alfie said to Zoe at the end, think of that one thing that you've been meaning to do all week, or maybe it's like been scaring you to do, or you've been putting off, and just do it. And I know that I could have just posted, I know you would have fully understood if I was saying that there isn't a video this week because I'm literally just going to the hospital appointment now. And then I think it was just like a chain of inspiration. I've seen The Rock post something really inspiring on Instagram, like The Rock always does, saying that he got to where he was because he lived by this motto, saying that he was always going to be the hardest working person in the locker room, and you get chain inspired like that. And I thought I'd show you guys some freelance work I did on the weekend. Excuse me a minute. I'm gonna have to open the window a minute because it's getting really hot in here. I'm just hoping that the birds have gone to bed. What time do birds usually go to bed? Birds, bedtime, UK. No, can't seem to find much. So I got my laptop here, and this past weekend I did something that I always tell myself, that if there's one thing I like doing, then there's one thing that makes me happy. Of course it's spend some quality time with my mum, but also it's taking photos in natural environments of people, which is pretty much a description for portrait photography. So, as you guys know, for a living I do property photography, and I met this nice lady when I photographed her house, which was for sale about 2 weeks ago. I lived about half an hour from here, up in a place called Calder. It's a really, really nice place to visit in the UK. I always say the UK as if it's like a really small place, but I am fully aware that people do watch these videos outside of the UK, and not everyone might be too aware what Calder is. Anyway, she asked me to do a photo shoot with, and I did not think there was going to be this many people at the time. So there was 2 parents, there was her husband. So there was 2 parents, there was her husband, 2 parents, and then they had a 3-year-old boy. It's kind of like doing a family tree now. And then there was 2 other mums and dads, and then they had twins, girls, who were 3, and then they also had a 1-year-old as well. I'll do what I usually do. Instead of taking the camera off the windowsill and trying to show you the laptop, I've just finished editing them not long ago, so I'll place a few of them on the screen. If you did want to go to this place, because I totally was not aware of it, it's called Kevin Coyd Bluebell Woodland. We were there for about 90 minutes in total with a little picnic in between, and the idea of the day was just to have a bit of fun and relax. It was like a very relaxed shoot. They didn't really want any posed shots until right at the end. Okay, you pee away, mum, or whichever end's coming out. Right at the end, just to really utilise the scenery that we were in. Took a few pose shots with the bluebells in the background, and I definitely can't wait to go up there again next year, because apparently those bluebells, I don't know how loud that's going to be, the toilet flushing. Apparently they're only out for about 2 weeks a year. Mom!
What? What are you doing there?
You can bring the puppy in now.
Oh, puppy?
I thought you were going to bring a puppy in.
No. Who are you talking to?
Nobody is always.
What?
The camera.
I interrupted you.
It's alright, you're usually in them anyway. Mum's undressed, she's not coming in. I'm just showing some of the photos I took last week. Not like how you deserve at this point. Don't down. Yeah, just gone through some of the photos. How are you doing?
I'm shattered.
Yeah.
We're doing at the back, haven't we?
How pale I look in this light. I wonder if my separation. No, when I went to Tenerife, I did have like that separation by there because of the t-shirt tan.
Yeah, but we'll be in the water now. We'll be all over now. You might be going off on your own a bit because I'll probably be round the pool.
Yeah.
You never know. You might meet somebody without me around.
There we go. We were waiting for that, Mum. I bet you missed that, don't you? You know, Mum just had to talk about the camera. Turn the camera on. Mum just gotta say something about how single I am. I was in a relationship for 11 years. Don't worry, Mum. I've done that and everything. I don't know if that's a bombshell to many people because I don't think I've ever discussed it before.
Well, you were, but you're not now.
Yeah.
And now you're living.
I just said, like, if I could just do one thing, no, two things.
Oh.
I wanted to say one thing and then I realised there's two things. Two things on the weekend. I like to spend time with my mum, but I also like to take photos of people. We better go and pack.
Oh, I'm
We're leaving very soon.
I'm sorted. I'm sorted.
And I don't have to worry because I have this document on my phone called James's Ultimate Travel List. And basically I refine it every time I go away and make sure that it's up to date. So that when I look at it, I can just go bam, 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 bam. I'll time it. I think it'll take me about less than 10 minutes to pack.
Hang on there.
And we'll cut the vlog there because you're probably going to shame me in some way now.
No.
No, that's great. Thank you. Thanks for putting it all forward for me. Cheers. Right, so I've just got off the phone with the advanced nurse practitioner who I seen this morning at 8 o'clock in Royal Gwent Hospital. It's now 4:20. I've had a day of work already. I wasn't actually on the phone to her just then. That was just more for like adding a storyline and continuity. I was actually Googling how not to laugh when telling a joke, which I think I did alright with that. I will get on to how I did in the appointment, but I think the best thing I learned from Googling this is that to tell the joke so many times that it's not funny anymore, and it's not, so I don't actually know if I'll think now it's funny again now. So, in a nutshell, when I seen the nurse this morning, she had a look at my ears, nose and throat and said everything looks okay, which I've had done and been told many times before, and then said I did not fit the criteria for a tonsillectomy, to have my tonsils taken out, and to carry on taking antibiotics until the doctor can see me, which is why they rang about 10 minutes ago. So it's not exactly the outcome that I was hoping for, although the last time I was on antibiotics, it did actually take away one of these white dots in the back of my throat, which was causing a lot of concern for a while, and there's still one left. So hopefully I'll take away the second one, and then it truly will be the end of an era. Okay, I think I'm going to end this week's vlog here. So thank you very much for watching. Mum and I have some packing to do now, because we leave the house at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I still haven't done my 10 minutes of packing yet. So I best get doing that. See you soon. Bye.